Howdy, welcome back for more Space Engineers, and today we're going to go over what's required for a good parking pad, because that ain't it, and maybe get started with building the base. I don't know about that one though. So, let's get going. Alright, so we started off early in the morning in this particular recording because I wanted to show just how beautiful this spot is. Look at that. Could you ask for a better view? That's gorgeous. Yeah, so anyways, we need to build a parking pad. We'll need that wolf to despawn to actually be able to do it. And we're going to need steel plates. Come over here and we will tell it to queue up some steel plates. If we don't have a bunch, we have a bunch, but we're going to need a lot more. Let's start with 1,000. And I don't think that'll be enough. Let's grab as many as we can carry. And actually, we should probably put some of those back. Okay, we're going to put, let's say 30 of them back. We're going to grab some interior plates. Should be enough. Now, we're going to need some sort of docking out here. And the thing with it is, this vehicle, you can back up to a connector. And your flying ships, you can back those up to a connector too. What I found is easier is to have a connector on the bottom. You don't have to risk smashing into the connector and damaging one or both of the components. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right here and let's turn on the, there we go. Actually, I'm going to put all this stuff back. We're going to dig a little bit of a trench here. And because I need ice, I should take some of this. Actually, you know what? I've just changed my mind. I'm not going to take most of this. It's going to be way too much ice, and it's going to take too long. We're going to left or right click drill to remove the ice out of our way. That way. Alright, that's a good start to our trench. That's where we're mostly going to want it. Alright, now let's start with placing our blocks. Now, I know that we're going to have blocks coming out next to this, and we're actually going to be parked on blocks. So we're going to bring these out right here. I want to come out, I'm thinking somewhere around 10 to 15 blocks from the base. Right now we are at 5. Right? 5, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to come out 10 this way. Okay. And I'm thinking we want it to come out straight from here. But now we know exactly how far we need to build our trench. Our trench needs to come out to here so that we can actually run our piping underneath. Because we're going to run the pipes for docking everything underneath the parking pads, so we can have everything conveyored up and still be able to park there. There we go. A little further, I think. Yeah, that opens up that conveyor. Oops. Well, that's as far as we wanted to go anyways. Don't break things, it's a bad idea. Let's reconnect that before that becomes a free floating grid. There we go. Now I think that will work nicely. We'll just put that there. That'll keep the wolves out. Now what we want here, we're actually going to come down. We may change this out later. But this one is going to get replaced with a C-joint, like this one here. And I'm going to have to weld these ones up right away, because otherwise they're buried and I won't have access. So I got to get that one. And once I get that one welded up, we'll talk about how to make sure you can always get access to these things. Because there is a way. And it's not particularly hard. So we're going to come in here and we're going to grab the doors. And, you know, I like this door. Of the vanilla doors, the interior door looks pretty cool. But this door here acts as a full block. And it can be access underneath the landing pad. So now we can actually come in and we can get rid of this ice here, and we can dig a nice access along here that we'll be able to run through, well, crawl through at least. And it's just a crawl space access so we can get in and do piping and plumbing. All right, and you're going to want to make sure that you dig this big enough to allow you to actually walk in next to the pipes. So now that we have some access underneath, we don't need to run the conveyor system all the way along. That door will act as our access point. Now we can fill all of these in. All right, we've got this all put together. Well, not put together. Everything's placed. And as you can see, we can't really drive up on this. So one of the things you're going to notice is these sloped blocks. Now, we could have used these slopes here and put them on here, but that's going to be far too much of a slope. It will just damage the undercarriage of our rover. If we come over to these 1x2 armor slopes, it's a much more gradual slope, and it will actually be much nicer for our vehicle. So we're going to place these right along the front here. Now we get to decide where it is we want our connectors. This one, as I said, is going to go away, because this one is going to be right at the very lowest setting. Actually, no, we'll leave that for now because it might work for that rover. Maybe. But we do want an upward facing connector, and I'm thinking we want it right here. Maybe right here, because we can expand it out that way and that way if need be. We can't expand it out that way. Yeah, we'll go with that one right there. That one we're going to make into a upward facing connector. So now let's get rid of some of this stuff here. All right. Place that right in there. And that's why we needed this access down here, and we need the piping down here. As you can see, I can't plumb the piping into that. That's why you have to consider the plumbing for the base while you're placing it. And I did not grab any interior plates, did I? I have 14 of them, so that'll work. These we're just going to use regular conveyor tubes because these are cheaper than the armored ones. Which makes perfect sense, really. And I think we need to dig just a little bit more out over here. Don't be afraid of digging out the support structure, the voxels under your base. They don't really support it. So now we need the bendy bit. Back to the straight bit. Just going to weld these up real quick. It will just take a moment. All right, so we've got that all done. We've got access down to underneath it, so we can work on the bowels. Although I don't know why that shows as not connected. That should be showing as green because it should be connected. So let's see what's going on down here. Why is that not connected? None of it shows as connected. That's weird. Because I turned this off? No, still yellow. It shows connected because of that. Alright, let's see if it's just a glitch. Can we actually pull things out of the inventory? No. No, we cannot. So why is that not connected? Alright, I do not know why this is not connected. I'm going to figure that out, and then I will show you what the problem was. Be right back. Alright, so I figured it out. I dug myself a little bit of access down here, and I followed it back, following the yellow. Oh, look at that. There's no connector there. I put the wrong piece in here. We're going to take this out and put the right one in. What we need is we need a T-joint. Find the right one. There we go. Now, that should all be connected. As soon as I figure out how to get the parts down here. Alright. Grab them. Alright, down here with the rest of the parts. Weld that up. There we go. Now everything is showing green. And that is how you know if the conveyors are connected. That light on them right there will show yellow if unconnected, red if no power, and yellow if not connected. We want them green. Actually, I can't remember the last time I saw red. Maybe that was a mod I'm thinking of. So I know yellow and green. Yellow is bad, and green is good. Throw everything we have back in there. Now we're going to pick up as many interior plate or steel plates as we can. I have all of this to weld. So let's get welding. All right. So we've got this done. And it's all welded up. The exception of this strip here. Let me get the rover docked back up, hopefully. And then we'll explain why I didn't actually finish that up there. Matter of fact, here, I need to... See, we're pretty much touching there. If we'd used the 45-degree slopes, we wouldn't have been able to climb up here. And that would have been bad. Oh, bummer. It isn't high enough. Now, we're just going to lower our suspension, specifically our rear suspension. And now we can connect. And that is the wrong way to do it, but it'll get us by for now. Me and my squatted pickup truck. No, just kidding. What we're going to do here is, because we have this ramp here, the wolves can now get up on our platform and attack us. So we need some way to keep them from coming up here. This is where, if we come in and we do search for door, you'll see the airtight hangar doors here. These hangar doors work really good for fencing at the edge of your ramp. Let's see how many steel plates I have. 51. That should be enough. So we're going to take out all but one of these, because if we pull out that block, it will become a separate grid, and we don't want that. Now we can place those right there. Should be able to place them right there. Oh, that's right. We need to make a quick change. We need something for them to mount against. And for that, we're going to pull out these panels. And there is one. Yes, lines up perfect. So now we'll do the airtight hangar doors. Popped up against that panel. Let's finish up those panels, actually. I don't want them to be one bit of damage away from being gone, because they're holding our base together. Literally, they're what's going to be holding this front slope onto the rest of the base. So now we can place these in here, and we're not worried about the fact that they're airtight so much, but we are worried about them being able to raise up and stop the wolves from getting to us. Place that one there. Let's see how many do I have to go through to get to a full plate. Right there. 2 full plates. And we're just going to weld up the full plates here. Now, I'm going to get these all welded up and show you why they're important. Ooh, actually, you're also going to want one other thing. You're going to want to be able to open this gate from outside the gate. So let's go ahead and we will add a button panel. I had button panels on here. I do not. Now we want that button panel right there. And we need interior plates to place it. Now we could place it like this on the side, and that would work for us. Or we could place it, you know, there underground where we can't use it. Neither of those seems like a good option. I think we might actually tear this out. Just this side panel here. Fix that back up. There we go. One. See if I can find the right one here. Alright, yeah, we'll put that right there. And we're going to put that on both sides, actually. That won't allow anything to run up onto the platform. but it will allow us to put a button panel down. So we're going to put a button panel right there and on the other side. And now we can walk up and get access to the button panel. If you don't like that placement, you can turn it 90 degrees and place it over here. Like so. That'll work too. And on the inside, we're just going to place it right here on both sides. That ought to be more than sufficient. Alright, so now I'm going to get all of this welded up, and then we'll be right back and I'll show you how it all works. Alright, we're back, and as you can see, the sun is rising. I've kind of been waiting for enough daylight to shoot this shot and not have it be dark. We've got all of these gates in here, and they're all welded up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to grab all the gates. Airtight hangar doors. And we're going to name them front gate. Save. We're going to show block and terminal off. Show block and toolbar config off. There we go. Now, we're going to come out here and we're going to grab our button panel, and it doesn't really matter which one you start with. We are going to actually come in through here. You can add them really quick and easy by grabbing here, going to your groups, adding your front gate, and hit open close. You have plenty of options to choose from when you're setting something to a button panel. We're setting the gates here. So you can see the gates, you've got toggle block on off, show on HUD on off, open and close, and anyone can use on off. We just want open and close. And if we come in through the control panel here, we can look down and we can see button panel 1. And button name, front gate, is actually good. I'm happy with that name, but you can change that name. You can actually come in and you can change it to whatever you want. Front name, front gate, duh. Click off of that text. You can see it's all named, and it will stay that way. So now when we mouse over it, it says front gate, duh. Hit it with the F button, and it opens and closes the gate. Now we're going to set that on all 4 of them, except not with the duh. And we know that front gate is going to be the name it takes, so we're just going to take that. Open and close. Now that we're inside, we'll close them. Alright, now they're all closed up. Now that we're safe, I'm going to take a moment. I want to apologize to everybody on the live stream. I was editing the recording from yesterday, and I realized the dishwasher was extremely loud in my mic and came through as static. I apologize for that. And I managed to salvage most of the recording yesterday, but all of the live stream you probably heard the dishwasher. Sorry. Now we are safe. Our parking lot is safe. And we are safe up here now. So we're going to make a whole bunch of steel plates, because we have 2. And we have a base we need to build. So, yeah, there's that. One of the things you will notice, though, and we may bump this up in priority. In fact, we are going to bump this up in priority. We come over here, we have some steel plates. We're going to grab none because we have enough on us. This production unit is slow on its own. We're going to add another one. Sorry, this production unit is slow. We're going to add another one. That right there is another assembler. We're going to add that right on top of there. Add that to our build planner. And we need construction components and motors. We're going to come into production. We're going to move the steel plates to the bottom of the list. And we're going to wait for all of these to be produced. Hopefully, I'm speeding up this process right now because it is a long process. And basically, the only reason why we're waiting for this is because we don't have the ability to make speed modules yet. The speed modules would increase the speed substantially, and it would increase the power draw, which we don't want. All right, that looks like everything. So let's see. Yes, all components successfully withdrawn. We're just going to weld this up real quick. All right, and through the magic of editing, that was fast. Now, we're going to come in and we're going to change the settings on this particular one that we just added. Should have stayed in the air. We're going to come in here and we're going to take it and we're going to turn cooperative mode on. Which means every time we put anything into this production in this assembler, it will share it with assembler 2. So now that will double our production speed, or half our production speed. And the only reason we're using this particular method is because we don't have all the resources to build the modules yet. And if you come in here and you look at the modules, right now we have yield modules and power efficiency modules. The power efficiency modules will make this much better on our power system. The yield modules, they really only are good for the refinery, but the yield module will increase the yield. So when you're refining iron, you'll get more iron back. Both the that and the speed module, which makes it process things quicker, increase the power draw of the machine substantially, which is why the power efficiency module is so nice, because it will decrease the power usage. I would like to load these up with speed modules and make the assembly super fast. But we can't do that yet because, actually, I think we can do speed modules. We're probably going to do those. See, we can add 8 of them, which is precisely how many we need. But doing that, we're probably going to have to increase our power production. So, yeah, that's how you get those to work a little faster. So let's see, we'll add the module, speed module, and you just take these and you slap them on the side, like so. All you do with these, slap them on the side, and of course weld them up, which we can't do yet because it's producing all the parts to do that. Oh, I need more steel plates. All right. Let's see if we have enough to finish one. We do not. But we'll add all the steel plates we can to it. And I'll be back as soon as the feed modules are all installed. All right. So that's the last of the speed modules installed and welded up. Now if we come in here and we go to production and we queue up 1,000 steel plates, we'll see that it's going much faster. Much, much faster. And it's also going to be using a lot more power. So, yeah, let's check our battery. Our battery is current input of 12 megawatts and current input of 1.57 megawatts, current output of 4.23 megawatts. We have about an hour of the assemblers running and we will run out of power. I don't like letting this run in any sort of way with a efficiency of power, especially considering that my plan is to now put on 4 yield modules. You should never do this unless you're willing to waste energy. I am. I'm just going to build more wind turbines. So, add these to the queue. And we will tell it to assemble these. Now, we're going to wait for that to finish up, and we'll weld those up, because we need more of that. We're getting very close to being able to finish up our base and make it look good. But for now, I think, and of course it starts raining just as I start to record my outro, I think we have to call it. Because we've got quite a bit done. We've got that gate behind us. We've got a whole lot more assembly power. And those there, those are going to require gold. You can see those superconductors. So we can't even finish those. So when we come back, we will finish those. Well, we won't finish those up. We'll have more power on the power pole out there. And we'll fix the connector so we don't have to squat our truck every time we park. That just looks ridiculous. And that is not the way. Not in the least. So, come back next time. We'll have more power, and we should be able to fix that connector as well as start on making the base look good. Anyways, I hope you all will join me, and I hope you found this at least somewhat informative and helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, and I will reply as best I can. You all have a great rest of your day. See ya.